Welcome to Strength Training Workout 6, where the goal is the 1,000-pound club using RPE training, rate of perceived exertion training. We're doing 1 set of 1, 3 sets of 3, and 2 sets of 6 to 10. You will also receive elite weightlifting tips here that you've never heard before because I probably just made them up off the top of my head. But they'll sound really, really good when I say them, and you will think that they're legit. But maybe consult a doctor before you do anything I tell you. Today I will be doing squats, pull-ups, and bicep and tricep work. I really only care about the squat weight. I'm going to try and match my current PR of 293 on the squat today, and then we'll just go from there. The focus of the squats today, just all the lifts for where it applies, will be to stack the rib cage over the pelvis, because I have a tendency to not keep the core tight and stick my butt out like a hot chick. I guess a hot chick would do that. I don't know, I'm not one. And so keep it stacked, keep the core tight. Last time I did squats, I was getting loose and hurt my hip, glute waist area. So we're gonna keep it stacked like a plate of flapjacks. And maybe I'll even pour syrup over myself. This is 295. This would technically be a new PR by 2 pounds because I don't have the 20 kilogram, aka 44 pound plates on here. I actually have all plates on here that end in 5s, like a normal gym would have. So, new PR by 2 pounds here. I think I'm going to do it. We'll find out. Okay, there we go. I'm 2 pounds stronger than I was last time. I don't feel like I got very low there, but I also feel like the core was getting loose on me at the bottom, so that's as good as I'm going to go. Felt good. Nice little battle. It's always good to have to fight through something. On to the next. 3 sets of 3 here. These aren't supposed to be super difficult. You want to try and keep these kind of explosive. This is where you really gain the strength. These are the reps that really help build the strength. See how I know what I'm talking about? I just gave you an in-depth description of how muscles work and why exactly this builds strength. And I'm not just trying to repeat something that I saw a powerlifting coach talk about. I clearly know what I'm talking about, which is why I prefaced at the beginning of this video, elite powerlifting advice. I think prefaced was the right usage of that word. I use too many words where I can't tell you exactly what they mean, but I'm just trying to sound smart. And it's working. I sound smart. My body's a little creaky today. I sound like someone's walking through the haunted cabin in a horror movie. I have my wrist back because I don't have the flexibility I need when I'm back in this position. So instead of being like this, I'm like this. And I hear those wrists creaking. Maybe there's a monster around the corner. Nah, it's just a monster in my head. The demons that we fight. That's why we lift, to get girls and fight demons. And I already got the girl. But it's just one girl. Probably could use a couple more in my life. That's B. She's a cheerleader. She likes to just sit outside the door and bark. Clearly cheering for me. It's very, very kind of her and very supportive and not at all annoying. I've been trying to turn her into a cat lately. Those experiments aren't going well. But I'm not Frankenstein. I'm not Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I'm Connor McCall, and I haven't figured out how to turn a dog into a cat yet. Maybe we'll get a cat and dog situation here, like that cartoon from back in the day, and I'll just splice her into a cat dog, and maybe that will somehow remove the barking from the equation. I'm hopeful. Man, I've got to work on my squat form. I can feel myself at the bottom of those with the bar on my back, just kind of shifting back and forth on top of trying to keep the bar over the center of my feet, not rocking too much back and forth that way. But I feel it. I think I suck at deadlifts. Probably doesn't help that I'm doing it on carpet, but you work with what you got, and I got carpet. At least it feels good on your feet. I'm so focused on trying to pay attention to my form when I'm doing the squats that I forget to count the reps. I think I did 6 or 7 on that, which is pretty good. That's what you want to do in that 2 sets of 6 to 10, obviously. These are supposed to be a little bit higher rate of perceived exertion, so it's okay if you get kind of grindy on the last 1 or 2 sets there. You're looking for about a 9 out of 10 of RPE there. Well, I lost track again. I don't know how many I did. Oh well. It's weird when you're trying to stack your ribs over your pelvis on squats to me, because you feel like you want to be as straight up as possible when you're going down, but it's when I try and stay up straight that I'm losing the stack, and I can feel that I'm just sticking my butt out. So it actually feels way better when I actually go down a little bit more and not try and keep my back so vertical. It feels like my core is stronger when I just drop the torso a little bit more. But hey, that's it for squats. And I made it through a squat workout without getting hurt today, which is already better than last time. New PR by 2 pounds and injury free. Might as well go buy a lottery ticket. That's how good I'm feeling. So we have to tweak the pull-ups a little bit. I don't have enough weight to do a 1 rep max on pull-ups. I only have a 60-pound weight vest. So we're gonna do a little bit higher RPE on the 3 sets of 3 on these pull-ups, and then that normal 9 to 10 range on the 2 sets of 6 to 10. Normally when you're doing the 3 reps of 3, you're looking for an RPE of about 7 or 8, but I'll be more around the 9 on these. Yeah, I could probably get one more, and that would definitely be a 10 out of 10 if I tried to do one more there. I have an Audible subscription, and I have a tendency to just re-listen to the same thing over and over again, every couple of years at least, not necessarily back to back, but I've been listening to the Lycanius trilogy, if you're familiar with that at all. I think this is the 3rd time I've listened / read it, but anytime I go back and listen to or read a series again, it usually just gets worse and worse, and I keep doing it anyway. I have a tendency to over critique and over nitpick. The second time I listen to it, it's normally still pretty enjoyable, but I don't know why I keep doing that. I keep going back and listening over and over again. It's hard to find new stuff. It's hard to find new content, especially when you got to pay for it. I don't want to pay for things just to test out and see if I like it. But if you haven't listened to or read those books before, they're worth a shot. They're kind of a fun little fantasy series. Kicked a little bit at the end. Kipped a little bit at the end. But that's alright. I still feel in the right spots. And the longer that I wear this vest, it feels like the harder the pull-ups get because my shoulders are getting worn out. I watched a video of a guy do a Murph with a 100-pound weight vest on. If you don't know what a Murph is, you start off with a mile run, then you do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then another mile run, and that's the whole Murph. And he did the whole damn thing with a 100-pound vest on. That's nuts. The standard Murph is just a 20-pound vest, and that's hard enough as it is. But I can't imagine doing that with 100 pounds. That's crazy strong. That guy is Frankenstein or Dr. Hyde there, because he's got some potion that he's mixed up in the lab to be able to do shit like that. No way. In case you haven't read the shirt yet, it says Style Boys on it, and that's from the movie Pop Star, I think is what it's called. It's a movie based off of my life. The main character in it is named Connor, and he just goes through everything that I've done in my life. You know, the rise and fall of starting a boy band named Style Boys. Those were good times in my life. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it just to get to know me better. And it's also funny, so that's a positive note. Andy Samberg did a good job playing me. I don't think he's the best physical representation of me. I think that you could have gone with Brad Pitt or Chris Hemsworth, or maybe even just like a hybrid of those two would have been a more accurate physical representation of me. But hey, it was a good movie. You should go watch it. My buddy made me this shirt. He has a business of shirt making, so thanks for that. It was funny to open. Last set of pull-ups here. I've switched. I was doing pull-ups with a narrow grip, but I've switched to doing it on this wider grip. It's felt a lot better. I'm getting less torque on my left elbow, which is nice. Obviously that means I was doing something wrong in the narrower grip, but hey, that's something to figure out later. But I feel it. I've been feeling a little bit more in my lats going wider, so maybe we'll go back to narrow grip when I get a little bit stronger or something. But for now, the wide grip feels good, so that's what I'll stick with. Going for 7. didn't look good. I definitely shrugged the shoulders on that last one there, but I wanted it, so I went for it. Okay, for biceps and tricep stuff, we're not gonna do the RPE training. I don't really care if I get really strong in my shoulders and arm, well, not my shoulders, my triceps and my biceps. I just want big arms. That way all the dudes will check me out, because girls don't care. They care for a split second. It's nice to get an ooh out of my wife every now and then, but you know, we do this for the dudes. So yeah, we're just gonna do good old hypertrophy curls and tricep push downs to failure. Now I know you can't tell with this shirt on, but my arms are massive. I've had many fictional people stop me on the side of the road and ask how I got such massive arms. And I would just refer them to this YouTube channel, even though it didn't exist at the time. But just don't zoom in on them, because the closer you get with the camera like that, the smaller they look. That's science. But they are massive, just take my word for it. Rest time isn't as short on these hypertrophy sets, because who cares how long your rest is really whenever you're just trying to go to failure. So about 60 to 90 seconds on that. Sometimes hypertrophy can feel like cardio, man. You forget to breathe on those last sets that you're just trying to force out. And all of a sudden you're trying to talk to your camera, and the fake person I pretend I'm talking to, and I'm out of breath. And that fake person gives me the finger because I annoy them by being out of breath, and I just give it right back to them. But not right now. I don't want to offend any fuckers with a middle finger, so I'll keep that for off camera. Oh man, that's failure, baby. That's what we're looking for. Failure. Oh. It is still good to track the hypertrophy stuff, because you still want to try and get stronger, make progress. It just feels good. It's a way to get a little bit of that dopamine rush each week, if you can just beat the reps or beat the weight from last week. That way you keep going, especially if you're a beginner. If you're new to this, you want to do everything you can to just keep yourself coming back. As Tony Horton would say back in the P90X days, for all you old folks out there, just keep pushing play. Just keep showing up. And eventually you'll fall in love with it, like the rest of us nerds. I like tricep push downs. It's normally when I do tricep stuff, I'm doing extensions, overhead extensions with the dumbbells, and I just feel like it's easy to lose control a little bit with those, or cheat too much and lose the tension on the triceps. But just doing these push downs, man, it's easy to just go nice and slow and maintain the tension on the triceps. I should do those more often, and you should too. But before you do, make sure you get something that you can helicopter spin like this, so you can get hit in the head as well whenever you're trying to talk to somebody. It's really fun. Oh God. Oh, no way. Whew. That was a good one. That was like perfect failure while still being able to do the last rep. That's satisfying. Satisfying. Oh, I'm cheating. Oh. Nope. Okay, we're done. That's it. Time to do my Black Widow talk to the Hulk. My internal monologue. Sun's getting real low, big guy. It's time to sleep. Time to calm down. It's not time to fight the demons anymore. It's not time to get the girl anymore. But you stuck around this long. I know I gave you many nuggets of advice, whether it be on movies or weightlifting or just general life advice, but I did promise elite fictional weightlifting tips to consult your doctor about before implementing, and today it's going to be on pull-ups. So when you're doing pull-ups, you want to try and put as much tension on your elbows as possible. If you're not feeling elbow pain, you're doing it wrong. So torque the elbows. Make sure you're really swinging as you're doing your pull-ups. I know I didn't do that really when I was doing my pull-ups, but don't listen to what I do. Do as I say, not as I do. That's something that my elders taught me, and I'm passing it down to you now. So elbow pain, lots of swinging, hunch the shoulders at the top, and you really don't, it doesn't matter if you get your chin over the bar. You just kind of want to get to where you believe your chin is over the bar. And if you master all those things, you will, pull-up might be done. So there you go. Elite weightlifting tips from Connor For Real, the main character in the movie Popstar, featuring Brad Hemsworth. And that's all I've got for you today. So it's Friday. Enjoy your weekend. You won't watch this on Friday. Well, you won't watch this on this Friday because it's not going to get posted today. It's June 20th, but you might watch this on the next Friday or Friday after that. If you are, have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. If you're during the week and it's not Friday, well then, sucks to suck. Get through it. You can do it. Thanks for watching. See ya.